Jones has had feuds with many people over the years. He's famous and a controversial figure, so it's not strange that he picked a fight with many fighters and media members. Jones came out and tweeted this quiz or a riddle, quote, "Who is this? He has been with men boobs now, making money off of YouTube and getting hit talking about Jon Jones. 3 things. Men boobs, making money off of YouTube, and talking about Jon Jones. The fans tried to figure out who he was talking about. It could have been many people. I even thought he was talking about me. Not really, because no one watches this channel. One of the big feuds he had is with Daniel Cormier, Chael Sonnen, and Luke Thomas, and the list continues. Cormier on the 16th didn't say anything negative about Jones, nor is Luke Thomas. However, Chael made a video about Jones titled "Jon Jones is a hard fight for Francis Ngannou." You would think the title suggests Ngannou would have a difficult time with Jones, but nevertheless will win is the reason for the beef. No. It's more than that. In the beginning of the video, he was being fair and even complimented Jones on his skills. For example, on the commentary he stated that it's kind of confusing that Jones wanted a 220-pound fight and now someone that is on the upper limit of the division. It's a fair comment. I even started to think it's not Chael Sonnen he was talking about. He wasn't referring to Chael Sonnen on the first tweet. Turns out that was not the reason for Jones' tweet. Chael was just starting to warm up. He threw a big right hand, pointing out that Jones calling out Ngannou will not make Jones look courageous. Because even if they send him a contract, he will not sign it. Ooh. Calling out the fighter not courageous. In this case, he's saying that he's ducking his peers. In this case, he's not really ducking because they're not even on the same division. Speaking about ducking, that was exactly Chael's next move. In his opinion, Jones calling out Ngannou is a trick to avoid the Reyes fight. Chael is basically implying that Jones is ducking Reyes. In my opinion, and on the opinion of majority of fans, Jones lost that fight, which is why it looks like a truthful analysis and a fair comment. Not only that, it makes Jones look like a coward, and it significantly affects Jones' star power. It reduces Jones' case for the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, and it downplays his dominance. All of that is simply a joke comparing to what came next. He called Jones a scumbag, selfish prick, stupid, and a prick.
And John's even come out and said, look, I haven't ducked anybody and I will fight Reyes, but the UFC needs to make the risk worth the reward, which means hey, you got to give me some more money. It doesn't work like that, particularly in the time that we're in right now, where they have openly lost one arm of their business, which is a live gate. For anybody to come in and try to negotiate right now is a scumbag move. When you're in an organization and times are tough, you back that organization. You do whatever is asked of you above and beyond. You do not come in looking for yourself when you can openly turn your head left and right and see one arm of the business is gone. I mean, it's just a wrong thing to do. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not in a position to do it. They're not in a position to accommodate. But now you're showing your hand of who you are, which is a very selfish guy. A selfish prick who might have a little case of the stupid. I mean, you'd have to have a little bit of a case of the stupids to come in and ask for money on a company who publicly just got a loan to bridge between this time and the next time when things get back on track. A company whose president has gone out and spoke publicly and said our biggest star, Conor McGregor, may have to wait until this thing is over because I don't want to give up a $20 million gate with the guy. I mean, when all of the clues are right in front of you and then you go and ask for more money, you might have a little case of the stupids.
I don't think UFC is a company that you should back up above and beyond on tough times for several reasons. Fighters are independent contractors. And the UFC preached and has been preaching this for a very long time. 2. On the great times, when it's smooth sailing, UFC contract negotiators do whatever it takes to pay as little as possible, and even state the fighter's name in public, just to accomplish their goal. Dana did it several times. These small-time fighters are paid so little that they struggle to make a living. For these reasons and many other reasons, I don't think it's fair to call a fighter that live under these conditions stupid, selfish prick, and a scumbag for trying to get more money regardless of the time. If it makes sense financially, the UFC will do it. If not, they won't. The insults are just offensive and misrepresents the reality. Understand this, Chael has close tie to the UFC. Submission Underground is a grappling event that Chael promotes, and they have a close tie to the UFC. For this reason, it's in Chael's best interest to rewrite the narrative, put pressure on Jones to not negotiate, and make Dana happy. If you didn't know, now you know who Jones was talking about in the riddle or in that question. Chael kept unloading on Jones. It appears that the gangster of Wrestling is being a store winner here. Remember, Chael rewrote the narrative and fired a vicious insult at Jones. And Jones just had that stupid reply. Chael is being a sore winner. Not only that, Chael went on a rant. Let's look at it. Let's look at the shots Chael's fired. That's the cheap tequila talking, bro. Make fun of Jones for drinking. You're the only fighter in the UFC with more mugshots than Al Capone, more wrecks than Evel Knievel, more gunshots than SEAL Team 6, more booze than David Crosby, with Ernest Hemingway sitting on his shoulders. You've handed over more belts and shoelaces than a convention of haberdashers. The only fighter who gets asked for more pics from police photographers than Star Trek fans. But on that rare occasion when a fan asks for a pic, do you give them the side view out of habit? If you ever drove sober, the network would cover a life with helicopter. Now it's time for some poems. Your diet and exercise routine is grey bologna, green cheese and jailhouse burpees. He's referring to cocaine, weed, and the recent incident is called house arrest. Oh, last thing. Everybody knows you beat this last case by ratting. When they offer me a deal, I hard rock. Jack, you ratted out your dealers, got put in a punk city, then shoved out the back door. And then he wrote, last one I did, my bid, in Jen Papone way pile with the short collars. You, only thing you lifted was your phone to give up your contacts. And then Jones responded. Bones posted a picture of Chael Sonnen getting ground and pounded by Rashad Evans with the caption, so gangster. You guys know, Chael Sonnen is the gangster of Wrestling. That's why he said, so gangster. And Jon Jones, to show that he doesn't turn down fights, he wrote, send the deal. Chandler Jones, Jon Jones' brother, came to help Jones, replying to the picture of Chael Sonnen covering up. He replied, and he gonna cover up his ears and kick like a baby, lol. Come on Jones, there is nothing wrong with having a home studio. I've got one. Thank you for watching, I'll see you on the next video.